can or will or have to do in order to be able to get something passed in order to get their way. That's the way that they do it. And I wish that that Chuck Schumer would have looked at it from that perspective and said, hey, look, I know how they play ball. If I don't go in, especially when he already said, hey, look, we are not going to move at all until we get a vote on DACA. And then to go back against that is not a good look. And so now it might pass in the Senate, but it might not get past the House. Or Mitch McConnell might say, oh, yeah, I know that that's what I said before, that I did say that we would look at it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you were going to get what you wanted to get or that you needed to get. And I wish that Chuck Schumer would have been able to say or been a little bit more stern on the way that he negotiated that in order to open up the government. I understand the government was shut down. I'm sure he was in, somewhat of a panic. Everybody's pressuring him. People are losing money. People are out of, work at that point. It's a scary situation. Let's see what we can do to keep the economy or keeping, Washington and the government, flowing. So I'm sure he probably made his decision somewhat based off of that. But I wish he just would have, stood stern on what he, believed in and kept it moving from that perspective and not showed no fear. Because the Republicans, they don't show no fear. They don't show no mercy. They don't care. They want what they want. How many times has the president, negotiated with the Democrats on the things that he wanted?
Well, that's what I said. The Senate Democrats, they have to find it time. And Schumer is justifying his appalling decision by saying he got a promise from Mitch McConnell. Well, Mitch McConnell is a serial liar and an unrepentant bigot. So see how his decision, does he get a promise? I don't know.
And not only, I'm gonna take it one step further about Mitch McConnell. Again, I'm going back to Alabama. But Mitch McConnell, he's a weasel. Here's a guy who went against Roy Moore, right? Said that he should resign. 2 weeks later, he's all for him. So it's like, we know what we're dealing with in this situation. It's like, man, he should have been a little bit more stern in that situation.
Hey, but listen, I love the fact that you're reading that book. I think you should start book club, and you choose the book, and prerequisite is to anyone who wants to Bruce has to read the book. I think that would be great. I think we could have a really great dialogue.
Oh man, there's some pressure, Colleen. You putting pressure on me. I've been thinking about that. I've been looking into that. I've been looking at, I've honestly, Colleen, my wife and I had this conversation earlier this morning, where, I'm every single day, I go to sleep and I ask, God to say, what's my purpose here? How am I going to be able to move the needle forward? What's my gift in this situation to be able to, educate and inspire and hopefully, I'll get that answer on how I can be able to, continue to just inspire and educate and what my purpose is with this show and how we can continue to, just learn from each other and grow with each other and how I can be able to be a resource. And so I appreciate that. I have thought about that. I am looking into that because there's a lot of work that, I said, in December that we needed to do. We need to do some work. And so I'm trying to figure out, what that work is and what we need to do. So I appreciate that. And I got to pray on that. I got to pray on that, colleague.
Maybe not a book club, but look a book out and your listeners read it. No dialogue during your, book.
Oh, I think I lost you. I'm sorry. Line 5. No, I'm sorry. Line 4. Rick, how are you? Line 4, Rick.
Hello?
Yes, what's
good
up?
afternoon, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. You're having an interesting one today. That book thing, that's interesting. I don't know how well that'll work. Let me say this. You mentioned earlier about the vote, and I don't think that it's just the vote. And always curious as to how so many people know our problems and solutions without being in a position to get the clients. You know,
You say being in a
I don't
position to get
want
the what?
to know the claims, to get the facts. In other words, know things about people you ain't talked to. You know, yeah, you know, that kind of thing. Just like, say, the DACA issue. I haven't given a statement about DACA. Not that it's needed, but I have